The top of the lightweight division features some of the best and most exciting fighters on the entire UFC roster. And over the last few months, a few rising prospects pushed, tested and challenged that elite with mixed effect. After a handful of marquee matchups shuffled and settled the deck, the lightweight title picture is clearer than ever heading into the summer. First comes Islam Makhachev's title defense against Dustin Poirier at UFC 302 in Newark. This is the state of the lightweight division. Islam Makhachev had a bit of a breakout year in 2023. Between two duels with Alexander Volkanovski, Makhachev was part of one of the best fights of the year and picked up one of the most stunning knockouts of 2023 as well. With the lightweight title picture gaining clarity over the last few months, Makhachev now has the opportunity to tally another defense of his title against one of the signature names at 155 pounds in Dustin Poirier, which would tie him with friend and mentor Khabib Nurmagomedov with 3 title defenses each. The Diamond hopes the third time is the charm when he goes for undisputed gold at UFC 302. The Louisiana-born and bred knockout artist turned his fortunes around in a big way when he bounced back from his knockout loss to Dustin Gaethje with a knockout win of his own over Benoit Saint-Denis at UFC 299 in Miami.
22nd UFC win for Dustin Poirier, and you gotta think few sweeter than that one.
That bout was a make-or-break moment for Poirier, who has held a spot in the lightweight title picture for the better part of the last 7 years. Having accomplished almost everything else a fighter could pursue in the octagon, Poirier hopes to put a golden bow on his Hall of Fame career on June 1st. No matter who comes out victorious in Newark, the winner likely has a matchup with Arman Tsarukyan on their docket next. The 27-year-old Armenian has long been seen as a contender in the making since pushing Makhachev for 3 hard rounds back in his debut in 2019. That rematch is something Tsarukyan has chased in tandem with the UFC title, so there is a chance for him to have a full circle moment should Makhachev come out of Newark with the belt around his waist. Since his debut, Tsarukyan has had a harder time finding top opponents to fight than he's had actually fighting in the octagon, only losing once in his last 10 bouts. Back-to-back wins over Beneil Dariush and Charles Oliveira cemented him as the #1 contender. The former featherweight king and newly minted BMF champion catapulted himself into lightweight title contention when he knocked out Dustin Gaethje at UFC 300. The buzzer-beater finish was the signature moment of an historic event and launched Holloway, already one of the most beloved fighters on the roster, to even greater heights. Blessed is now a man with myriad options. He called out both featherweight champion Ilia Topuria and Makhachev after his victory, and it seems like a bout with Topuria is imminent. The Pride of Hawaii could not only have a chance to regain his featherweight belts in the coming months, but also gain double champ status as well. Oliveira might have fallen short at UFC 300, but only just. His split decision defeat to Tsarukyan puts him on the outside looking in when it comes to the queue to regain the title. But Gamrot does hold wins over 4 of the top 7 lightweights in the world. With a statement-making win next time out, he could very well be right back in the mix. Whether it comes from a rematch with someone like Dustin Gaethje or a new face like Mateusz Gamrot, UFC's all-time leader in finishes will undoubtedly have the spotlight shining bright on himself the next time he steps into the octagon. Perhaps no fighter put more on the line at UFC 300 than Dustin Gaethje, which is a big reason he is loved by fans and fighters alike. But the gamble did not pay off for the former interim lightweight and BMF champion, and the loss dropped him out of title contention for the time being. Gaethje will likely take some time to rest, reassess and regroup following the knockout loss, but his path back to a shot at the belt is murky at best. As Poirier showed, however, a major bounce-back win is all it takes to get back to the front of the line. But who that opportunity comes against is all a matter of timing for the Colorado resident. Winner of 7 of his last 8 fights, Poland's Mateusz Gamrot has taken the slower road up the lightweight rankings. The exhaustive grappler racked up a bevy of impressive wins over the likes of Tsarukyan, Jalen Turner and most recently Rafael dos Anjos. But it feels like the 33-year-old needs a signature performance to put him over the edge. The decision win over Tsarukyan in June 2022 continues to age well for him, and he is overdue for another crack at someone in the top 5 to prove himself a worthy title challenger.
Let's go!
A lightweight division discussion cannot be had without mentioning the notorious Conor McGregor, who is due for his return to the octagon opposite Michael Chandler at UFC 303 in Las Vegas. The former double champ returns to the action for the first time since breaking his leg against Dustin Poirier in July 2021. And although the bout is set to be contested at 170 pounds, it goes without saying that a win on June 29th puts McGregor in a fascinating position. That's easier said than done against Chandler, whose 5-fight run in the UFC has been as entertaining as any in the last half-decade. For as much as contenders are made through a string of wins, high-profile victories also carry plenty of weight, which both men have a chance to grab in a few weeks' time. What's certain is lightweight is as loaded as ever between the aforementioned men and the risers like Renato Moicano, Rafael Fiziev, Jalen Turner and Benoit Saint-Denis, to mention a few. And things have lined up to make 2024 a significant year at lightweight.